Hello, Sioux Empire baseball fans, and welcome back to the SEBA Insider. I'm joined alongside with the head coach of Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Coach Joel Sage. Coach, we're 7 games into the season. You're 4-3. How's it been going so far?
You know, so far I've been very happy with the way our offense has put up runs, done a good job of getting on base, getting hits, and really hitting for power a little bit more than I thought we would be. Disappointed though so far with pitching and defense. That has to improve in order for us to accomplish the goals that we've set for our team. We've allowed way too many walks. We've had 48 walks in the first 7 games, and that's really hurting us, obviously, especially in our losses. And then, you know, usually the walks and the errors go hand in hand, and that's kind of the way it's gone for us. But we know we'll get better. Our pitchers have looked a lot better their second and third times out on the mound, so yeah, we'll improve.
I think it's very obvious your region is the toughest region in the state. You've got Watertown, Sioux Falls O'Gorman is off to a 10-1 start, Brookings is off to a 1-2 start, and then you got it yourself. So, you know, to get out of the region is going to be a great accomplishment in itself, but it's very important to get a good record so you have an opportunity, if you don't win the Super Regional, to have that wild card game. Talk about, you know, unfortunately, you're off to a little bit of a slow start in the region, 0-2. But give an indication of what you feel about the region and how you guys are going to move forward.
Well, no question about it, Chris. It is a tough region, and I guess, you know, we like that. We like the tough competition. We like knowing that we need to go out and we need to play to our best ability every time we're in a region game, and really even the non-region games are going to be tough. But within our region, yes, we're in a hole. We're 0-2, and we still have plenty of time left. You know, obviously we want to go probably 3-1 or 4-0 to be in one of those top 1 or 2 seeds, and at least be the home team in that first game. But the beauty of high school baseball is that every team makes the tournament, so you know, we don't want to just throw in the towel or anything like that. We're going to go out and compete to the best of our abilities, but you know, we know we're going to be in the tournament no matter what, and whether we're a high seed or a low seed, we're going to go out and be ready and compete.
Talk about your 7 games in. You've got, you know, you're a third of the way in. Talk about the remaining schedule. Maybe talk about the opponents you've played. You know, a good weekend series last week. Fargo came down, and you got to experience kind of the wood bats. What that'll be like next year. Talk about the schedule so far.
Okay. So far, you know, we played a doubleheader against O'Gorman. I'd say they're the class of high school baseball, and they're definitely a formidable opponent, and they're looking as good, I think, as everybody expected them to be, maybe even a little bit better. Washington is very good. We played them in a 12-inning game on Tuesday night, and that was you know, one of those games that you'll never forget. A lot of fun to be a part of that. Watertown's good. We had the tying run at third and the winning run at second with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning, and just didn't quite get it done. That's the way it goes. I think probably we missed a bunch of opportunities earlier in the game too that hurt us, and we fell behind 7-2. So we were happy with the way the kids battled back. You know, Mitchell is very young this year, and they've still proved that they can win. They've already gone 2-0 in their region after, you know, a couple lopsided games against us in Washington. But we know that you know, they'll be there in the end. And the Fargo teams, as you mentioned, yeah, they came down, and I guess we did what we were supposed to do. We used metal bats, they used wood. That's just kind of the way that went, and we did what we were supposed to, and managed to win a couple close games against Fargo North. And we do plan on going up to Fargo the first part of May, and we will be using wood bats, and that's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of a sneak peek into next year, something that we're looking forward to. You know, being able to use wood bats and have quicker games and have hitters that really learn how to hit. And I think it'll be helpful to our pitchers too. You know, they're going to be less inclined to, you know, try to kind of nibble at the corners, and you know, they'll just go ahead and attack the strike zone and make the hitters put it in play. And hopefully we'll see fewer walks and quicker games, especially in this cold spring weather.
We switch gears, talk about your team a little bit. Let's first talk about your coaching staff. You've got a great coaching staff, and you've got a number of guys on your coaching staff compared to other high school programs. Let's start from the top down, and then talk about your team. A tremendous senior class. I know you talked about in the winter you're going to rely on them, and you obviously are through these first 7 games. And through these couple of road bumps, you know, you've had some great things and you had some disappointing things, and those seniors are going to be the ones you guys are going to lean on for support and to lead this team. So talk a little bit about your team.
Sure. Well, as you mentioned with the coaching staff, yeah, I've been extremely fortunate to have Adam Rothenberger coaching our freshman team for the past 4 years now, and then Jason Nias has been my JV coach for the past 4 years now. And last year, my younger brother Matt Sage joined our staff, and it's been really helpful to have him, you know, kind of floating a little bit. You know, he'll help out with the JV if needed, and he's always there to help out with the varsity, because there's a lot of times where, you know, the varsity will be practicing one place, the JV in another, or nights when the JV has a game and the varsity has a game. And it's really nice, you know, you really want two coaches at the varsity level, and so we try to always do that. But those guys have been great. You know, they know the game, they know how to work with players, they connect real well with them, and do a great job of teaching them. And very fortunate to have those guys around. On to the seniors. You know, I'll just kind of work my way around the infield and get to the pitching staff. But I'm happy so far with the way Chris Schlapkohl has stepped up as our starting catcher. He seems to be getting a little bit better every game, and has been hitting a little bit better than I think maybe we expected. He's had some key hits for us, and even just getting on base. Behind Chris is Alex Portis, who has done a good job. You know, those double headers, it's sometimes tough to have a catcher catch both games, so Alex has filled in nicely. Alex Portis. At first base, we have Zach Hawkins, may play a little bit there. He's gotten just a little bit of action at third base, and has started the game at DH, and has been a great kid with a great attitude and excellent work ethic. Second base, we have Logan Thune as our starter, and he's stepped up nicely, and has also pitched for us. Has done a really good job. He needs to work on consistency, but boy, he's had some innings where he's looked like a shutdown pitcher, striking out the side against O'Gorman, striking out the side against Watertown. Just needs to be a little bit more consistent. And then at second base, we also have Cody Reese, who stepped up his very first at-bat as a varsity player. Knocked a triple against Fargo North, and late in the game, it was the bottom of the 6th inning, and we had a little bit of a lead, but he really gave us a spark and ended up tacking on a few more runs after that, and we held on for a 3-run win against them. And Cody was really instrumental in that, with that leadoff triple in that inning in a pinch hit situation. At shortstop, we've got Ben Nelson, who has played a little bit of shortstop. He's kind of been our utility guy, and he's been really kind of Mr. Everything in the infield. He's played third, he's played second, he's played short, and he's really stepped up for us so far. He had a key sac fly against Washington that knocked in John Wessel for the winning run, or the go-ahead run, I should say, in the top of the 12th inning. And I think people were pretty thankful for that run to finally come across after that long game. So Ben's done a terrific job, and he may pitch a little bit for us when we get into some of our stretches where we have more games. Over at third, Zach Hawkins will play a little bit there. In the outfield, we have Jared Frazier kind of leading the outfield in center field, and he's done a terrific job in the leadoff spot and playing center field. Was hitting at about a 500 clip after the first 6 games. I think maybe he's dipped a little bit, but he's still, you know, he's an instrumental player for our team. Other outfield players, Kyle Barber has been a starter and a pleasant surprise. That was probably one of the toughest decisions, was who was going to start in left field and right field. And Kyle really stepped up and hit well for us in the cages, and we felt he deserved an opportunity. He's done a terrific job as a hitter, and you know, defensively hasn't really had a lot of chances out there, but we know he's going to be just fine. Over in right field, Weston Smith won that starting position and has been terrific. Really uses his speed on the base paths, and you know, has some things that he needs to work on that he just experience will help. But hitting over 333, I believe, and you know, just doing a great job. He leads the team in stolen bases, so we're happy with Weston's progress. And as far as pitchers go, Brady Aldrich is our staff ace, and he's Mr. Consistent. He has started 3 games, and he's gone 5 innings in 2 of them and 6 in the other. I think 2 earned runs is about all